Hello, okay, welcome back. It is Wednesday night. I forgot the date already. April 9th. I'm looking at my watch. And it is about 10. It's a little after 10 p.m. It's about 10:15. I had a nice night tonight with my wife and didn't really want to come down and pack these orders. So I'm getting to it pretty late. But we've got 4 orders today. I think after all said and done with shipping and everything, we'll probably end up around $90 with these 4 orders. And then we'll hope to get a few orders while we're sleeping. So that's what happened last night. The video I worked on yesterday was, we ended up that video with about $70 worth of orders. And I was lamenting that we haven't been getting any late night, overnight orders while we're sleeping. And I guess that worked. Just complaining about it worked because we got 3 or 4 orders last night. I packed them up this morning, and that ended up the day yesterday with $115.79. So I'm happy with anything over. I mean, I don't want it to ever go below $100 a day, even though it happens all the time. As long as we can keep the average as more than $100 a day, I think we're doing pretty good. So let's stop messing around. I don't really have anything to talk about, so let's just get these orders pulled and packed. It is late and I want to get to bed, so there's only 4 orders. We're going to do them as quickly as possible, so stick with me. Okay, we're back and we are ready to pack. So let's get these 4 orders open. See what we've got here. Checking to see if we've got any more offers or anything coming in, and we don't. So almost all of these things came from sales or offers. So let's just get them pulled. I'm gonna grab my little basket. Let's get this cardboard out of here. And let's see. The first thing is this is a book, religious book. Should be on BR5, which is right here. Oh, it's bigger than I thought. Much bigger than I thought. I was imagining a, standard hardcover book size. It does have some damage to it. Okay, W5C. Once we start packing these things, I'll tell you about where I got them, how much I paid for them, how long they took to sell, and once we print labels, we'll see exactly the profits that we made. Okay, here's a microphone. There's only 4, that's 2. Next one, another book. In the living room, I believe. LR4D. So yeah, right here, another kind of large book. So we got some big books going out today. Okay, next one, W4A. This is some books too. So big book day, I guess. W4A. Is a lot of 4 or a lot of 5? Ouch. A lot of 4. 8, 9, 10, and 11. 8, 9, 10, 11. Yep, that's it. So now this box, it doesn't have much room, but it has a little room I can store something in. I'm trying to limit my sourcing right now until I can get some of this space cleared out, because I'm running out of inventory space quickly. I'm trying to list 5 to 7 items a day, and I'm only selling, I would say on average I'm selling 4 items a day, so I need to get those sales up to match the amount of new listings that are going into my shop, because I just don't have the room to keep all of this stuff. Okay, this is the first one. We'll just go right down the line and we'll get this stuff packed as fast as we can. Start here at the bottom. One punch One Punch Man. These are manga. They're actual Japanese language ones. I got these from Facebook Marketplace deal. Someone was actually just giving away a big stack of manga, and they were almost all original language. And it was only a couple of miles from me, so I went and grabbed those from them. It seemed like I don't know, I assumed they were going to sell very quickly, and it seemed like, I don't know, for whatever reason I was feeling bad about taking these free items, so I offered them $10, even though they were trying to give them away for free. And they were happy to take that $10, and I guess it made me feel okay about myself, but probably shouldn't have done it because these books have been sitting since that was in March of 2024. So over a year, these books have been sitting waiting for someone to come and buy them. And this was only one small portion of it. I don't think I sold any of the things that I picked up that day yet until this. Sometimes there's something about there's something mystical about eBay where once one item of a certain type starts to sell, then the rest of them will go. So we'll keep our fingers crossed that more of these manga will move soon. I thought that, there are very few listings of original language manga stuff on eBay. And I've had good luck selling if I find a DVD from another country, like Australian region 4 or British. I'm not sure what region that is, region 2 maybe. If I find a DVD like that and I'm shipping it from the US, there are people who have, expats from other countries who live in the US that don't want to pay the shipping fees to buy something and have it shipped all the way here from Australia, for instance. So I've had pretty good luck selling those kind of things because there's not that many people in the US who have access to those foreign products. And not like I do either. I just come across things every once in a while. Like came across these manga, came across a few random DVDs. This is going to be 2 pounds. This will go medium mail, pretty sure. 10 by 6 by 4. And the buyer is AS. So since I gave them $10, I must have broken them up into 10 lots. So I have a cost of goods of $1 on here, and I sold it today on a sale price of $17.99 for these 4 books plus shipping. Okay, next. The Art of Harvey Kurtzman. This is I found this for at a one of those giveaway tables where people put stuff they don't want anymore. I find a lot of books on these kind of places that I kind of wanted to read this myself. I don't really have a lot of knowledge about Harvey Kurtzman. He was a comic artist. He was the guy who first published Mad magazine. Well, it was a comic book at first, Mad Comics, and then it turned into Mad magazine. He did a lot of other stuff too. But I'm not really that up on him, so it didn't make sense to me to read a sort of a biography type book of someone who I don't really know their work that well. So I ended up just putting it up just for sale. I have to find a couple of... I either have to find a couple of flat-ish boxes or some big sheets that I can cut down. Maybe it will fit in here. This looks like about the right size. If this one doesn't fit in here, the next one will. Well, it does fit in there. I'm gonna go ahead and go with it, even though it's not the best. I could resize this box, but I'm just gonna put this big chunk of styrofoam that I have here. Like I said, it's getting late. I'm getting pretty tired. It's been a long day, really. And I prefer to just get this over with. Okay. I'm using these labels to cover up things that I don't want to be seen. Okay, Kurtzman. This is going to be heavy. That book is pretty heavy. 5 pounds. This is 13 by 11 by 3. And I'll put the buyer's initials on here, GH. This way I can match up the labels. This is going all the way to North Carolina, so it's probably going to be relatively expensive. Okay, this microphone here is the sale of the day, I guess. I still had to take a discounted price on it, but it's a good old Sony microphone. I bought this for myself years ago, probably, I don't know, it doesn't feel like 30 years ago, but it might have been at least 25. I was taking some film classes. I don't know what my intentions were, but I was going to college and taking classes on filmmaking. And I needed to film. We were filming on 16mm film for, doing little projects. And they could give you could check out the equipment from the school, like especially the cameras. But they didn't really have any good options for recording audio. Most of the stuff we were doing there was really silent. We were just learning how to use the camera. But I wanted to include audio, so I bought a mini disc recorder, and I'm not sure where that is, but it's got to be somewhere. It's probably still in a storage box somewhere in my parents' basement. If I could find that, I think that's probably worth a little bit of money, but it was a kit that came with a mini disc player. It was a mini disc recorder and this microphone. And so I recorded some audio, made a few short films with it. Like I said, 25 to 30 years ago. And it's just been in a drawer. I've used it maybe 3 times in that 25-year period. I know I brought it to work one time when somebody wanted to record something and we used it there. But that would only have been once. And so that's been sitting in my drawer, in my desk drawer at work for the last, I would say, 7 years. So we had a flood situation at work maybe 6 months ago. And it wasn't too bad in my office, but we still had to clear a lot of stuff out of there. So I took that as an opportunity to clean my desk out, and I brought this microphone home, checked it out, saw how much it was worth. I see people were selling it for like between $80 and $110, something like that. I've had it listed for like around $90, I think, for quite a while. And then I have these sales running right now. Oh, here's some bubble wrap. Yeah, so I have these sales running. I'm gonna think about, will it fit in one of these? Probably not. I have these sales running, so this one probably went off at 10 or 15%. That won't fit in there. So anyway, it sold for around 70. Well, let's go back in there and look. $73.09 plus shipping. So I don't really know accounting wise how to assign a cost of goods for something that's my own. I see some advice to say just call it the just call the cost of goods the value of the sold value. So I would say this thing cost me $73.09 and then I sold it for $73.09. So it just kind of zeroes out and it won't affect my I won't have to pay tax on it, basically. But I like to see, like, you know, what actual profit did I make? So I'm not going to worry about it too much. I'm probably just going to assign a $0 cost of goods, and then I'll have an actual accounting of how much money I made this month instead of some amount that's $73 less. So I don't know what's the right thing to do. This is what I'm going to do. I'm just going to call it 0. I didn't say that Harvey Kurtzman book. I got it for free and I sold it for $20.69. Plus, I don't know if it was like, they paid almost $9 shipping on that. It is a heavy book. It feels much better to go to the post office with these brand new, nice and clean boxes that don't have any marks and labels all over them. But being financially frugal is more important to me than feeling good when I go to the post office. They don't care. They don't care that my boxes look nice. But yesterday I took about, I don't know, 4 or 5 of these that were exactly like this, and then 2 of the smaller ones that are like half size, and then a couple of envelope ones. But it felt good to walk in there with these boxes, like they're all the same and they're stacked up neatly and it looks nice in my arms. Anyway, doesn't matter. Just call that a mic. This is 2 pounds, 13 by 11 by 3. I'm not going to bother because I have it written over there. And this is going to RM. I hope he's going to do something cool with it. Okay, now I gotta find a box for this. I would like to just put this in an envelope with some cardboard around it, and I might go ahead and do that. I do have these up here. Oops, sorry. Up here are some heavy duty envelopes. So that will fit in there for sure. These are these weird envelopes, like if you tear it open, it has like something like fiberglass inside instead of what you would expect to find bubble. Okay, let's do this box. I'm just going to wrap this book to protect it a little bit and not worry about it too much because I only sold this for $11. $11.50. This is something that I had on, again, it's on sale. So I think it was $15.99. And then it's on sale for $12. It doesn't say what it was on sale for, but I think it was $12.49. And I usually put a best offer on my listings. I leave that option open for a buyer to send me a best offer. But I'll put a minimum that I'm willing to accept, and that's usually about 20% off my original asking price. So I want to get the full price if I can, but I'd be willing to take 20% off. So I usually put that minimum on, and I must have forgotten to do it on this one because the buyer, this book is listed for $15.99, and then it's already on sale. And then the buyer was sending me an offer of $10, which is a little too low to accept. So I thought I'm only asking $12.49 for it right now. That's the sale price. I will just say, I mean, it's already on sale, so I'll give you a little bit of a discount and I'll offer it to him for $12 even. And then he counter offered with $10.25, which is kind of aggressively, you know, they're trying to make some kind of a point. Usually once I get to a point, like I don't want to go below 12, I will just stick to that price. So I sent him a second counter offer of $12. So I sent him one for 12 and then a second one for 12. And then he just let that offer expire. So I assumed he didn't want it. This is called a lectionary for weekdays. It's a Catholic church book. I got this at a church that was defunct, and the city bought it to turn into some kind of a, I think they're going to make a police station or a community center of some kind. 16 by 13 by, call it 2. So I got it. I put a cost of goods of $3.17, so I probably bought a huge pile of stuff and then I just divided up that price and came up with $3. But I probably, in reality, I probably paid $1 for it or 50 cents, something like that. Anyway, he sent me that offer, $10.25. I didn't even respond to it. That offer was only up for 2 days before I got a notice that it had expired, which I never know what's going on with eBay. I thought offers were lasting 4 days now, but maybe it's just whatever some algorithm decides is the proper amount of time. So yeah, that offer expired yesterday, and then today he sent me another offer for $11.50. So I'm not going to haggle over 50 cents. I would have been happy to get that $12 for it. I'm not super happy to get $11.50 because it feels like I just caved, but I also got rid of this book and I'm going to make a little bit of money on it. So it's out of my inventory. I got a little bit more room to put something else there, and I'm going to make a little money. So hopefully he's happy with it. I wouldn't be surprised if this comes back. Okay, I'm going to move this computer over here and get ready to buy some labels for all these packages. Almost every time I've been using this computer recently, there's just been a single ant crawling across it. So I don't know if there's something inside of a laptop that ants are attracted to. But I have a feeling there's ants living inside this computer. So I got one of these taro liquid ant baits, and I'm going to put it right here. We've had pretty good luck with this brand. This is not sponsored content, but we've had good luck with them. Really, this is the only brand we've ever had luck with once we got ants in the house, the taro ones. And it's like a liquid sugar that has a poison in it. If it spills, it goes everywhere. So if you use these, don't trust that. I'm about to spill it. Don't trust the way they tell you just twist the tip off and then just set this down, but that stuff will spill out. There's no doubt about it. So put it on something, plastic or even maybe a paper towel or something. The ants will get to it, and then they take it back to the nest, and then it decimates the colony, apparently. Okay, let's buy these labels and get these numbers into the spreadsheet and figure out how much money we made today. Okay, I'm going to the notification bell, click the paid ship now button. That takes us to the bulk label purchasing page on eBay. This is going to cost me more. No, probably won't. So 16 by 13 by 2 cost $6.88. The buyer paid $7.88. So essentially this buyer is paying actual shipping price because I have a $1 handling fee. So we only made $5.68 on this book. So was it worth the hassle? Probably not. Okay, next up is this microphone, which is 2 pounds, 2 pounds, 0 ounces. And it's in a 13 by 11 by 3 box. It's only going to Indiana, so it's pretty cheap, $6.21. This buyer paid $7.21. So again, the same thing. They're paying the actual shipping cost plus $1 handling. Okay, Harvey Kurtzman, 5 pounds. So okay, so let's go back to that microphone. After fees and everything that we had to pay eBay, we made $64.70. All right, Harvey Kurtzman. This going medium mail. This one might end up going Ground Advantage. 13.11.3. Let's check Ground Advantage. So 763. Ground Advantage, oh, 824. They paid 863, so this is the same story. Let's see what happens if this is 5 pounds, 1 ounce. 838. That's more expensive. 5 pounds even is $7.63. So this is what we're going to have to pay, $7.63. So that book we made $16.30. Now the final thing is these manga books, the One Punch Man. We're going to call it 2 pounds, 0 ounces. The box is 10 by 6 by 4 and $8.73. They're not giving me the option to choose media mail, probably because it's a comic book and they think comic books have ads in them and you can't sell ads. But this buyer only paid $5.10 for media mail, so I'm going to deselect. What do we do? Remove this book. Remove this lot of books from this order, and then I'm going to check on pirate ship. So we just spent $20.72. I'm going to just print these 2 labels right now, these 3 labels, and then we'll come back to those manga and figure out if we can get that shipping a little cheaper, because that is like, I mean, we're barely making money on that already, and then we're going to lose $4 on shipping. So if you I barely ever use pirate ship because typically I went through, like, it's often recommended to check both eBay prices and pirate ship prices, but every time I checked it, the prices were exactly the same. So after 20 or 25 times testing, I forgot to put the initials of this guy, but I'm gonna do this by process of elimination. GH goes there, RM goes here. That leaves IC. Even though I didn't write it on here, I'm going to safely assume that that's the right package for that label. Okay, manga. Let's go back to pirate ship. So pirate ship is smart enough to connect to your eBay account, and it's going to say One Punch Man. So this is all here. So then we can get the rates for pirate ship, and we can choose whatever shipping method we want. This is 10 by 6 by 4, and it's 2 pounds, 0 ounces. And then we just click this giant Get Rates button, and hopefully we can pick medium mail. I'm not sure why they're not offering me media mail as an option here. Okay, we're just gonna have to bite the bullet and spend $8.78 on shipping these. So we make $9.41 on these books, which is, I mean, we're still making money, but I should have only been paying $5 for that, $5.70 or $5.36 or something. So we basically spent an extra $3 and something that we didn't need to spend. We shouldn't have had to spend. I'm not sure why that didn't give us the option for media, but it did not. So these other ones, the media mail works fine. So it can't be a USPS server issue. I don't know what the problem was. It could be the category I put it in, but then that wouldn't account for what's happening at Pirate Ship. So I don't know. Anyway, today's total profit, $96.09. So we would have probably been just over $100 if it wasn't for that shipping snafu. But let's keep our fingers crossed that we're going to get another order or two tonight, and then that'll put us over the $100 mark. So I'm going to go to bed immediately, take these to the post office in the morning, and hope for a better day tomorrow. So thank you so much for watching. We'll see you again next time.